continue to be fans.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for Boston, Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Evan Turner is out there with Jay Crowder.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Here's LeBron. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
And how much more is there to say about LeBron James, Clark? Incredible consistency, unbelievable athleticism. He just is a marvel in every way the longer he plays.
Kevin, when you look at his career averages, I mean, just off the charts, and he has the same unbelievable year every year. The consistency, phenomenal.
Here's Irving, and he banks in the layup.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Here's Crowder. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You know, his pace makes him really hard to keep track of, guys. I mean, if you lose him, he'll explode to the rim on you.
And there's the foul. It goes on Evan Turner. That's his first foul. Here's Smith. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Bulls in Chicago. Irving kicks to Smith. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Smith's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Smith drawn the double team. Olynyk with the steal. Irving kicks to Love. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Irving. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Shoots a fader. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
This team is buzzing right now. They've yet to miss.
Thomas kicks to Olynyk. Lets the 3 fly. Love grabs the board.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Smith dishes to LeBron. Inside. It's stolen by Bradley. And here comes the break. Here's Thomas. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Jared Sullinger's checked in for the Celtics. Matthews comes in for Bradley. Cleveland leading by 5.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
Sellinger, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And Turner with the block. Here's Matthews. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Greg, you're talking about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
A different look now for Cleveland. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith. And then for Boston, Mickey's checked in for Kelly Olynyk, and Smart subbed in for Evan Turner. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. I mean, come on. You don't see misses like that. I mean, that's grade school.
Irving kicks to Dellavedova. Near the three-point line, it's Love, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Nice shot by Smart. Smart's got his first basket of the night.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. A different look now for Cleveland. Mozgov comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Irving. Celtics trail by 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
36 seconds left to play in the first. The drive by James. Mozgov, good, and the assist goes to James.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Stolen by Miles. And here we go. Shumpert running it up the court. And good on the basket. Book it.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
LeBron kicks to Dellavedova. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
Not good shot selection, long range, and the defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
And of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his tremendous, tremendous leadership.
I put all the pressure on me to be better and come through for my teammates. This is the position I put myself in. It's the position I put our team in, and as the leader and the guy that goes out there and make things happen, that's the way it's going to be.
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example of how to take responsibility and lead.
And Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is. what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Zeller is out there with Jay Crowder, and it's Smart in at the point. Here's Bradley. Thompson with the rebound. The Cavaliers leading by 8. And watching Jay Crowder, he can really beast you up, Greg, and take you out of your game. One of the most physical wings, I think, in the NBA.
And not the most flexible athlete, but he makes up for that with that strength that you mentioned. It allows him to control the pace. I mean, he's a bumper and a grinder and hitting a big three out of nowhere. So he's what we call a true gamer.
Looking at Jay Crowder, he got traded from Dallas to Boston in the Rondo deal last season. Nobody expected all that much from him. All he did was go out and become one of the most valuable players on that team.
When you talk about Jay Crowder, there are those that you win because of, and then there are guys like him that you win with. I mean, the guy who's going to take the charge, commit the hard foul, do what others won't, really shows the heart of a champion.
Dellavedova, the pass to Irving. No good. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. They grab their own miss. Here's Zeller. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Now let's take a look at the most efficient scorers in the NBA from last year's campaign. 4th, Timofey Mozgov. And, of course, Tyler Zeller.
As well as these two shot the ball, it was a nightmare situation for a defender guarding either one of them. It's so hard to stop them from getting their shots off.
And so Zeller nails both of them. Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, and if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
And for Zeller last season, his numbers were the same or better as a starter. His scoring picked up a touch. Still had a great field goal percentage, too, so really solid production in his first couple of years.
Celtics trail by 10. Olynyk in the corner. Pulls it up. And he gets it to go from the corner. Olynyk's got his first bucket of the night. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter.
And I think the big thing for Zeller was that he found his role in the league. He knows he'll be an energy guy who has to make the most of his touches. And to his credit, he is nothing but a positive force on the floor.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. The shot by Turner, no good.
Oh, my goodness. That's like temporary insanity right there.
Do you think he realizes we've actually got a game, a serious game taking place here? I have my doubts, partner.
Elbow shot is on the way. Olynyk can't hit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now the feed to Dellavedova. The wide open look for Love. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. And that's now 6 points for Kevin Love. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
And checking out numbers for Irving. Last year, getting it done. He was around 21 points per game, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, he has those real natural scoring instincts. The ability to find creases in the defense, just fantastic.
And Cleveland making a change here. James is checked in. Then for the Celtics, Matthews comes in for Zeller. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Turner. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And a wide open look for Irving. From outside, off the mark. Back to Matthews. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Matthews has got his second bucket of the night. And for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing against the Bulls.
Deadly from behind the three-point line in that game, and it really gave them the ability, I felt, to stretch that defense out.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it opened things up for them in a big way. The defense was never able to string together any stops or get comfortable.
Thomas dishes to Olynyk. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Cleveland. Jared Sullinger's checked in for Boston. Love can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Bradley. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Bradley's got his second bucket.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
And Miles kicks to Love. It's stolen by Sullinger. Outside Matthews. Nice ball movement by Boston. From the high post. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down now to just 8. On the basket from Olynyk.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
LeBron sets the screen for Irving. Back to LeBron. 2 summers ago, all anyone could talk about was LeBron James and the return to Cleveland.
I mean, you couldn't write that stuff, Kevin. I mean, it was unbelievable, the storyline. I mean, after all the acrimony between LeBron and the ownership as well as the fans. But you know what? He said it best. He truly is back where he belongs.
He's home.
Yes.
He's home. Mozgov, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Amon Shumpert has come in for J.R. Smith. Mickey's checked in for Boston. Marcus Smart comes in for Bradley.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
.36 seconds left in the first half. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Celtics trail by 12. From deep three-point range, the shot misses. Good D by James. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by LeBron. LeBron's got 3 assists tonight. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Expanding his range. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
And going back to last year, this series was an even split.
Yeah, guys, they feel like they're the better team. The standings would agree with that. I look for them to assert that with their play tonight.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Cleveland ahead.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K. It's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They're leading by 16. Kenny, let's go to you. Your opinion on their game so far. And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Take a look at what Irving's done. He's got 10 points and the 1 steal. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
And yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted. And really, I like the movement and communication there.
Well, taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down. Greg started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his 5th foul. And it's Smith penetrating. Count that one. Smith's got 5 now.
You know, with Avery Bradley, he was the 19th pick in the draft for the Celtics. The outlook for him was great, but then ball handling and shooting injury concerns flattened out his development. He had a hard time getting over the hump for a few years, but he's over it now.
And let's go to our leaderboard. Instant offense is the specialty of these guys. The highest scoring shooting guards of the past month. 5th on the list, Avery Bradley.
And this is the cream of the crop at the 2-guard spot. I mean, strictly in terms of their scoring ability and the ease with which they can overwhelm would-be defenders.
And that's exactly what they do, overwhelm you. This is an aggressive attacking group. Each one of these guys is a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half.
And, you know, getting back to Avery Bradley, he's been dynamite the last 2 years. He's finally found consistency with the mid-range jumper and plays a complete game of basketball. With just a little more seasoning, I really feel like the sky's the limit.
Irving for 3, and that one's good. Irving's got 13 points.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it? And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role. Didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Celtics trail by 19. Thomas, no good.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Got a piece of it, and stolen by Love. James outside, uncovered, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. 8 points for him.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third. And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.